Good evening, everyone. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Yani Sapta Chaudhuri and I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. IGP, a non-profit organization, is a social and ISO certified international training institute. In 3 years, we already served 3 million knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries, and IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 250 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional IGP and ISO 9001 2015 and 10002 2018 is the training faculty for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating component candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights based on our vision. We are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, awards, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling needs. On the other side, we are also trying to serve more than 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game website, free courses, converter sets, and many, many more. We have to empower youth to learn to meet their expectation and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several trainings, programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. To ensure excellent and in-depth instruction, we arrange with qualified trainers, speakers, and instructors. We extend free services to more than 3 million knowledge seekers in the last 3 years. We have affiliations with universities and organizations in 70 different countries. Virtual Mo signing with many colleges and organizations have been accomplished. We are working to create a legendary generation of future scholars and citizens who will be accountable. We are constantly prepared to assist all knowledge seekers with valuable service. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective base quality service and continual improvements so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind you don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friends in the comment box. Before we move to the next, let me remind you don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friends in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, you already completed 1,205 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1,205 webinars successfully. At present, now we are going to start our 1206, and our program name is Setting Healthy Boundaries in the Workplace. And today we have our speaker, and our speaker name is Ma'am Dr. Daphne Soras. She is from Unit Arab Emirates. Before I hand over the stage to our ma'am, want to share a very little about our speaker. She is a founder and CEO of Carousel Moms Business and Leadership Coaching, Business Leadership, NLP, and Timeline Therapy Coach, ranked 7 among the business coaches by the New York Journal and top 10 female coaches by Yahoo Finance. Guinness World Records award-winning international best-selling author. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you,
That's wonderful.
ma'am?
I'm doing great.
Uh, ma'am, now you can start your presentation. Before your presentation, first you have to give some description about yourself.
Sure. Thank you so much. A very good afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you are tuning in from. I will just start sharing my screen so you could get to know more about me. So let's dive in. Make sure that you have your notebook and your pen because as we go through this training, I'd like you to take a lot of notes and then at the end, ask any doubts, clarify anything that you want to, or ask questions. So let's make it happen and let's do it together. Okay, first of all, as you know, our topic is setting boundaries in the workplace and not just setting boundaries, but setting healthy boundaries. So, who am I? I'm Dr. Daphne Suarez, and you can watch this little clip to get to know me a bit more. I'm the business and leadership coach, counselor, and NLP master practitioner. I'm an international speaker and mentor. I have been declared by Entrepreneurs Herald for 2023 as one of the top 20. I hold rank number 4 in this year.
Ma'am, please, can you see the presenter window?
Yes, it's not showing.
Please click on the don't show this message again. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Uh,
Is it all
please share
right now?
again your, yes, ma'am. Please share again your slide.
Yeah. Now is it okay? Just check.
Now, first I can't see anything, so first you have to share.
Yeah, I don't know. It's giving a different command than always. Looks like they've updated with something. So yeah, just check now. Can you see anything?
No, ma'am.
Why aren't you able to see anything? Just give me a second, okay? Now,
No, ma'am. I can't see anything, ma'am. First,
okay,
go to
let me go
present.
from step one and do it
Yes,
again. You know, it's always something or the other happening with these technology. As much as we may try to have everything in order,
but
it's
there is always some. Uh,
exactly. But we've got an awesome audience that would definitely be
uh,
understanding. Now, can you see?
they can understand. Yes, but there is a just I presenter window. You first you click the don't show this message again. Please click on this option.
Where on top, I'm saying share this tab. So, 1 minute, we don't show this message again.
And
Where
please click
is that?
on.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. 1 minute, guys. We're really sorry for this. Ma'am, anything better?
No, ma'am, it's not. Again, this, ma'am, I explain first. If go present,
Yeah, yeah, no, no. Exactly how we had done it earlier. Everything I can see, but right now I have no idea
first
why
you can,
something is coming
ma'am,
extra.
you have to click on presenter. Ma'am, please back.
Yeah, now?
Yes, but ma'am, please back. I explain it.
Okay. Sorry, yes, go ahead. Yeah, but this part is showing, right? So this part, it means I can
It's not,
move
ma'am,
forward.
full screen. So I
Yes,
think
so
there
I'll
is
just
some.
try to make it full screen. Just give me a second. Where is the full screen button? 1 minute. Yeah, you have to tell me where is a full screen button because I cannot
Ma'am,
see that.
first, ma'am,
Yeah, okay, this
first
I
back
think.
on the stage. Back on the stage. Back on the.
Reduce this again.
Yes, yes.
Okay, but when I reduce it, what happens?
Exit.
Okay, now
Ma'am,
start again.
click on the share. Click on the share.
Yes, I clicked on the share. I click on the
Then
present.
go the, then ma'am. No, no, ma'am. First you have to. Can you see the present full screen?
Yes.
And
Okay,
then
let's
now
try
share.
this.
Yes,
Now,
yes, it's perfect now.
is everything visible where it
Yes, ma'am.
says
Is it
setting healthy boundaries in the
so?
workplace?
Yes, ma'am.
Lovely. Thank you, my dear audience, for being so patient. This just reminds us all that we all are humans, in spite of having technology and all the knowledge. And trust me, IGP is so amazing that we meet earlier, we check all our systems, and we have everything in order well in advance. But at the end of the day, it shows that even technology needs human beings, our hearts, and our minds. So we come with all this in our mind. And thank you really once again for being so patient with me. So let me go into introducing myself. I am Dr. Daphne Suarez. I am a business leadership coach, counselor, and NLP master practitioner. I'm an international speaker and a mentor. I have been declared by Entrepreneurs Herald as the top 20 entrepreneurs in 2023 for this year. I have been ranked number 4, which I'm really excited about. Just received this news. And here is the article clip of being ranked number 4. Next is that I've also last year been declared by NYC Journal among the number 7 among the top 30 business coaches. Times of London has covered me as Asia's outstanding women leadership and mentoring coach, and I was awarded for this and highlighted in the Times of London. Yahoo Finance, I'm among the top 10 female coaches for 2021. And in the male, I was really honored that one of my main mentors, Tony Robbins, was in the males, and I was counted as one of the females in 2021. Received 2 Fakhre Pakistan Pride of Performance Awards, which is the highest ranked award in Pakistan. And here I am the CEO and founder of Carousel Mums Business and Leadership Coaching. Carousel Mums Business and Leadership Coaching is my business name, where I intensively focus in this business on serving moms, empowering them to step into their confidence and step out in business so that they can use their talents wisely, live their dreams, and receive a life of financial freedom. Who doesn't want that? So let's dive into our topic of setting healthy boundaries in the workplace. Now, when I'm speaking about this, boundaries can help you a lot. Workplace doesn't mean only that you're doing a job, it will also help you if you are running your business, because I'm being a business coach, I'm always dealing with people who are wanting, help in their business areas. But definitely by no means can we neglect jobs, because even if you are a business owner, again you have your team members. And so for them, with your team members, your leaders who are running the different departments, you need to have all this knowledge. So please make sure that this is a topic that can be helped although we are focusing of in the workplace because it's more going to highlight on that, but do you can pick up from here and there little points. Now, when we talk about drawing the line, it is that in every conversation about boundaries, it's inevitably heard no is a complete sentence. And fair enough, also, we hear you don't need to justify your reasons for setting healthy boundaries because it says healthy boundaries, it's about you. So you don't have to give so many explanations why you're saying. Sometimes I know we go in a tangent where we give a lot of explanations to people only when it is necessary. Just like how right now I had to give an explanation to you why we were a little bit stuck in technology so that you get clear that we are organized, we are not disorganized, but tech things happen. That is why I gave you a little, and then again, it is your precious time that you're investing in this training. So I must not take you for granted. I need to respect you so that I can be respected in return. It's a two-way traffic. But anyone who tried to do this at work knows it's not always simple to just say no or, yeah, that's enough, fair enough. You know, when you say to your colleagues, to your boss, they will want to know always the why keeps on coming. Your to do list is already a mile long, and a colleague keeps interrupting you with questions, and you need to leave early to pick up your child from daycare. Or maybe you have a family gathering. Whether it's your colleague or your boss, communicating your needs can feel like walking a tightrope. A harsh no could result in really creating a lot of problems in your job. You could even lose a job thinking because your boss might think you're aggressive, you're rude. But if you don't say anything, you let others take more time and energy from you, preventing you from performing at your best. Stop being a yes, sir, a yes. If you cannot do it, you need to speak. You don't need to be aggressive of your no, so be very kind and polite in how and what you do. Now, coming to speaking about boundaries, there are many types of boundaries, and I will be highlighting a few of them. The American Psychological Association, that is APA, defines a boundary as a psychological area that protects the integrity of an individual. Boundaries look different for everyone depending on their needs and preferences. Some people's problems solve by talking it out with their colleagues, while others prepare their ideas before sharing them with a group. And some prefer not to speak at all. Everyone has different ways of interacting with others and should set boundaries accordingly because each of us are different. We cannot be the same. So your needs, your wants, your mindset, every the way you work, your pacing about your assignments is quite different. So be sure to go a little beyond that. Mental boundaries. Now, as a counselor, an NLP master Parag, I know this is very important. We sometimes do not focus on it, but you know, the whole body runs on our mind. So be sure that you are taking care of your mind properly. This means protecting your mental energy and applying it to things that matter. Whenever you experience an interruption, solve someone else's problem, or attend an unnecessary meeting, you waste valuable focus you could direct elsewhere. Many times people think they can multitask, but again, you're putting a stress on your mind. As much as you can, please avoid multitasking. Okay, and come doing things suddenly. If you're at a task, I know myself, I have this experience sometimes, is that being a mompreneur, right? And I am working, especially it happens more with, not so much because clients knock or they have an appointment, I'm already ready, but it does happen when I'm working from home at times that the kids want something, or they suddenly a noise, some children, the kids are doing something and they go, louder than ever, forgetting, they're after all kids, right? Or they need something, there's an emergency. So that time, suddenly when they speak, and I am either preparing for a presentation, doing a case study, I get lost completely. Yes, I cannot, I do say sometimes, 1 second, just hold on. Mommy will listen to you 1 minute. But it becomes sometimes difficult because obviously my focus was fully on that. Like right now I'm speaking and somebody comes and says something suddenly, obviously I'll get distracted and I'll say, yeah, okay, all right, okay, give me 1 minute, and actually I've lost where I am in my presentation. All right. So as much as you can, so I have started right now training the kids in such a way that I will go and announce that, okay, now I'm doing work, kindly do not disturb me. If it's really urgent, knock on the door and give me a second. Actually, that's decency, and that's the way many people from the early generations were raised. That always knock, wait for a response, and then enter a room. Do not just open, knock and open. Now people knock and open the door immediately, and it creates a lot of restlessness. So again, these are little things. It may sound small, but it is distracting when if you are an accountant and you're working on figures, and one staff member suddenly comes in and says, sir, excuse me, I need to go home quickly. Oh my god, you sir was thinking, or ma'am was thinking of on some figure, some calculation, and you just walked in. Even if it's an emergency, the person can say, excuse me, I would like to just quick ask you something, and they can say, just 1 minute, give me a pause, and then, yes, go ahead, please. Okay, so you have to train your team, you need to train yourself, and most of all, train your own self, because you need to walk the talk. Set and stick to your working hours, even if you're working from home. As I said, sometimes even I work as a mompreneur from home, and some people, because of COVID, have started completely working from home. Work with your manager to set clarity on organizational, team, and individual priorities. Then prioritize wisely. Decline meetings where your presence doesn't add value. Don't just go to fill up the seat. Okay, so because you're slowly going to feel overwhelmed. So stop being a people's pleaser, that I just need to be pleased than my boss or my colleague, so I need to just be present there. Okay, turn off Slack, social media, and work emails while you're doing deep work, because social media can be really disturbing. Even if it's on vibration or a screen is open, it will distract you. Use your vacation time to disconnect, break out from that regular routine, and enjoy your time off. So when I speak about vacations, obviously vacations are much longer, not a day or two, but weekends, make sure you take a break also, because otherwise you will burn out doing things day in and day out. So always do everything very wisely. So once you speak to your own head, your mental state, then now the physical state, that is the physical boundaries. Your physical boundaries involve anything that has to do with your body, bodily health, or physical space. If someone or something encroaches on these boundaries, they're crossing the line regarding your comfort and safety as not important. So, the way when we speak, we don't stick to the person. We don't come too close. We keep a distance. So, there has to be a distance in speaking to someone, whether it's a male to male, female to female. With anybody, you need to keep a distance while speaking, right? So, that's also a kind of physical boundary. There are some ways to maintain your physical boundaries. Offer handshake instead of hugs. Now, if you're as per cultural values, if you cannot shake hands, as some countries have the restriction of female to with men, so that's fine. You need to respect that if the lady is not ready to shake your hand because you're coming from maybe a different cultural background, and for you it's okay, but it's not okay for them. Turn off your webcam during Zoom meetings when you need to, or if you have some other issues, but make sure that you highlight it to others, because it's not right. I don't feel, at least when I go on Zoom, it adds more life. It boosts me up when I see other people's faces, right? So when you don't see and you're just speaking to a blank screen, it's not that bad. Although right now I'm looking only at the screen of what I'm presenting, I can't see anybody because we are coming in through StreamYard. But again, my mind knows StreamYard doesn't allow this at the side. But Zoom, I know I can see the audience either through speaker view, gallery view. So you see, our mind knows that. So then the acceptance is not that way. We want the cameras on. So, in respect to your seniors or the presenter, it's nice in Zoom calls to keep your camera on. If you have a problem, you should highlight that in some way that, hey, just excuse me, or put it in the chat, excuse me, your camera will be off, but I'll be present, because many times it happens. It used to happen with schools during the pandemic. Children were parading around the house or eating or playing games, and they would keep their screen off. Now parents are not so high tech. They even did not know what their kids were doing, or because the device was turned away from there, they did not know that the child had switched off the camera and was doing something else, scribbling or drawing underneath. So think of the teacher. She was every time, "Are you there? Hello, 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 Tony, Erica, are you there? Please answer. I'm asking you to speak." All right. So it's a lot disturbing. So make sure that you are very respectful. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Then take sick days and mental health days when you need them, with only as much explanation as is required by your company policy. So if you are not feeling well, sometimes when you have certain medicines, they can be get you groggy. So if you're getting groggy, you need to be sure that you first only take off. What's the use if you cannot concentrate? You're still going to work, so that your leave is not cut, but you cannot do work, because if you're going to work just to show your face that you're present, you're not going to do work. They are paying you. It is unethical. It is haram to be misusing that workplace by just sitting and playing games and passing time just because you want to be present there. So be sure to take leave. Everyone has annual leave, okay? And I will tell you, as a business owner, I know in jobs you have annual leave. You'll say, as a business owner or in business, how can I take leave? You can. If you have staff, let them handle. You need to trust them. Plus, give them a chance to stand on their own confidence. Also, excuse me. So, also, you by you taking an off, you can inform the client. You can tell your secretary, "Hey, could you just inform so and so that I will need to reschedule, or I will be absent because I've got an emergency." You do not need to give full detail. "Oh, I've got to take my wife to the hospital," or something. But do it in real extreme emergency. Not just because you feel like, okay, I want to get out of the office. 10 o'clock, maybe I'll go and pick up the kids from school. Maybe I'll go and do some grocery shoppings and all. No, 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 no. This is not at all professional at all. Business hours must be respected. But as a human being, emergencies come that, God forbid, your husband or your wife or your children or your parents need to be taken to the clinic, and there's no other time. No, not in your schedule, but there's no other time in the evening. The doctor is sitting. Then, yes, you can request for leave. I know at times I used to take my children to one certain practitioner, and he used to sit down only in the mornings. Now, he was a child specialist. I never understood this guy, because I was like, if you're a child specialist, you need to know that children go to school. What do I do? But well, that was his way of working, so there was no choice. So if I wanted him, I had to take a break. So I used to ask the school that, can I get at least an hour's break? I'll bring the children back, because this. But again, it should not happen frequently. It very rarely would happen once in the whole academic year. So obviously, the staff principal would accept that. But if it was happening every month or every week, this disturbs your child's education. It also disturbs everybody. The others suffer also. Even your teams suffer when you are not organized with your business timings. Emotional boundaries. We all pass through different emotional situations that we need to nurture, need to take care why it is happening. Setting emotional boundaries means separating your emotion from other people. Now, just because you had a bad experience with somebody doesn't mean you take your emotions out on every next client that comes to you, because that next person didn't do anything to you. So be very careful. This requires you to identify your emotions in real time and understand the alternatives, which is difficult. It's a skill that demands self awareness and courage to show up for yourself when someone else is making demands. Sometimes clients, customers can make a lot of demands, even our bosses, just because they decide to sit down beyond the timing. If the office timings are till say from 8 to 7, they plan to sit till 10 o'clock, and you want to create, you say, what can I do, my boss? No, you need to explain, and because and your boss should understand actually that yes, he has chosen to sit till 10, 11 after working hours, but that's not the company's policy. So gently you could remind that as per the agreement signed when I joined this company, or the contract you made with your clients, these are my working hours. And sometimes if you give a way to work answering a client after working hours, maybe because it's an emergency, please make sure you don't regularly do it, because you must treat all your clients, all your customers, all your team members equally. Okay? Respect all. You cannot say, I will treat so and so customer, or those who pay me extra or buy a VIP pass, I will treat them better. Then you need to have that in the rules, in your policies should be that if you buy the VIP thing, you will be given access even in the evenings or on weekends. So everything should be in on pen and paper. Make sure that you write it down clearly and work on it. Communicating with your teams about your preferred working and communication styles will help. Not letting work setbacks or someone else's venting put you in a foul mood or change your outlook. This is really, really sometimes serious. Your boss has heard from his boss when there's a hierarchy, and he calls you and he starts off with blah 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 blah. This has happened, and what the heck is all this? And then you are going in for a meeting with one of the clients, and then because your boss has said it, you are angry, and then you go to your clients, and then you say, yes, what do you want? I do not understand this, and you have to do this. I don't care. And that person has always seen that you do care, and today you're saying you don't care. Because if you don't care, mind you, they will also not care, and they might go to someone else. So now you might ask a question, what can I do? I'm a human being. Yes, my friend, I go through this also similarly at times, and it does irritate. But then take a pause for a minute or two, have a cup of tea, grab a glass of water, maybe go out for a walk. If possible, maybe listen to some music if you're driving to your other meeting. So that changes your mindset, and you will feel that you're in a different mood. Because if this counter transference is taking place, that you are being affected when others are saying things, then you need to work on it. And if it's going beyond control, then I think you better think of changing your environment in the workplace. Principles to follow. General principles for setting boundaries, like setting mental, physical, and emotional boundaries that I just spoke about, is a form of self care and self respect. Communicating your needs will help you protect your work life balance and mental health, because if you have a proper time, you set a boundary of things, you so where you know when you're leaving work, you'll be able to give time to your personal life and your family. Also, that when you're with your family, you don't have official calls coming, at any godforsaken time, or you're sleeping in the middle of the night, your boss is calling. But if you've taken that kind of job, then it's your problem. Always be very careful when you are starting your business, when you're picking up a job. Look at the policies, set policies in place, have it properly bullet pointed, and make it clear to every single team member that this is how we are working. So then no one blames anybody and you do not go on the blame game. Self work. You can't communicate your boundaries if you don't know what they are. And I'm sure many in this audience doesn't know their own boundaries. They want people not to cross the boundary, like, okay, no late sitting. Don't call colleagues, don't call me during family time, or your family should not call you when you're at work, all these things. But again, you're wanting, and what's happening also that triggers our emotional and our mental state of mind is that we have not voiced it. We are keeping it in our heart and mind, and we are only hoping the person will understand. When the person does not understand, we start getting burnt out. We are like, why doesn't this person understand? I hope this person, because you are not voicing it. Maybe the person is coming from a different background or a different mindset. Like I said, if your boss is used to sitting till 10 p.m., if working hours is till 6, well, that's his mindset, his own experience. Maybe he's a bachelor, he's not living with his family, no parents, no wife, or even if it's a female, she's a spinster living alone. So, or she's living in a sharing. She doesn't want to go home early because she doesn't know what to do. So she prefers investing her time in work. So just go late home so that on the way she can grab a meal and go straight to bed. So these are things to consider. You might be frustrated because you have a family, or you are a socializer. You want to meet your friends, you want to go to the gym, you want to exercise. Like when I was working, when I was very young, that's over 25 years ago. I worked in a 9 to 5 job, and I was in a senior executive place. And I used to always like to attend only the evening service, the press service, and I wanted to be there. Work timings were from 7 to 5, and the press service was exactly at 6:30. I had, if I left on time, one thing, I used to go with the normal staff in the I used to get a drop off with the driver. So since it was an office vehicle, if I left exactly at 5:15 latest, by then I packed up, I had enough travel time to reach few minutes to settle down, refresh before prayer service, because the driver had to go home also. But if I missed that taking that ride by the driver, what would happen? I would have to take public transport or make plans to drive myself. Now, if I drove myself, the problem was by the time I would reach just few minutes before the prayer service, I would have to spend a lot of time looking for parking. If I took public transport, it costed me money plus time to wait till the transport came. And I just wanted to go for that service. And I was very clear with my other seniors that, hey, I need to leave on time. First of all, I am doing what work I need to do. All assignments are completed. I don't see a point of me sitting after work. Sometimes I used to even, a little bit squeeze in my lunch time to finish the work. I used to myself adjust that way so that I had lunchtime, but rather than taking full hour and a half, I knew that 45 minutes would be enough for me, especially on that day. Not always that people dumped work on me, but the days I really have was tense and I had to prepare for a meeting, I would do that. But then again, during my lunchtime, I would sit secluded. I'll make sure that my room was closed. No one could disturb me because that was my time alone. I had chosen to use that little time to do some work. So nobody could disturb me at all. It was a no no. And then I made it a habit. Everyone knew that, okay, once it is time, she will leave. I do understand that I was in a senior executive job, and how can you be expecting this? But then, if everything was because I was speed working, I had managed everything. I got hold of my area, and I was handling it very well, that I knew how I had allocated times for meetings, for everything. So it was a one-off thing if really I had to sit down late. And if it was a one-off thing, yes, of course, if it was needed, like we had a guest from a foreign country coming and we had to have a senior executive meeting only in the evening, then yes, of course I would do it. But again, I followed what was the policies of the company. Even as a senior, you can do it, and your staff will bless you for that. Communicate, communicate, and re-communicate. Does it put it in different shades? So you see, the soft is communicate, communicate, and re-communicate. First thing about who needs to know about the boundary you just set. Is it your boss, your staff, your co-worker, or a family member? Is the boundary significant to anyone's status quo? In what case you may need to formally negotiate or renegotiate this new boundary is important to think about. Or is it something you said in the past and just never protected? Like you said, okay, I need to be home at a certain time. I need to leave because work finishes at 5 and I will leave by 6 or I'll leave by 7. But you yourself have allowed people to push you and shove you here and there. So, my friend, it is your fault. In that case, some automated templates and tricks might help. Or maybe, bouncing up reminders to your staff or anything that we'll be closing or meetings at this time, because some places I've noticed people lack time management. So obviously if a meeting is at 10 o'clock and nobody reaches till 11 o'clock, how can you finish a 1 hour meeting on time? 1 hour has been wasted in just waiting for people. So this can really create a lot of problem. Let your colleagues know in advance when you will be out of office, except in emergencies where obviously you will have to tell it at the last minute. Create no templates that you can cut and paste into emails to turn down requests for your time and attention. So you see, you can automate a lot of messages and things if you like, and make sure that you're very careful with your wording and your tone, because this can affect a lot of people. Let's move on. Be professional. In other situations, you can use an automated reply saying you're unavailable after certain hours. But then again, you need to think who and you are handling, right? If it's official. Having a work bestie is invaluable and lots of fun. But when work mixes with your personal life, things can get messy. We all have friends, right? One of our favorite colleagues, and it is definitely fun to have one, and because most of the day passes in your workplace. If you become friends with your boss, the power dynamic can lead to personal disagreements and resentment. Remember that you and your colleagues come first, friends second, no matter how forthcoming your boss or anyone else is. Knowing how to set boundaries with your boss is really uncomfortable, but it's crucial to keep everyone in line. And you have to do it from the beginning. I know it'll be a little bit tougher if you've been long in your workplace and or running your business. Set interpersonal boundaries with your work friends by only hanging out with your colleagues during happy hour or work functions, keeping your weekends free of work related social gatherings, planning family time and social activities outside of work. So even if this person is close and you invite them to your social gathering during the weekend, make sure that it's not going to be a discussion on work. Yes, it's your colleague. You have become friends with that person and you did invite them. I know when I was getting married and that time I just left my job, so it was fresh. So very clearly, I also invited my own boss, my other people, but no one was allowed to speak with me officially. And not because it was my wedding day. Even normally, when I attended parties with my friends, if they invited me, I would say, hey, office things in the office, not here, and say it very friendly and a very polite way, so they did not feel offended. Delegate and ask for help. If you're overwhelmed with work, you can ask for help from your colleagues or direct reports. Even you can tell your boss that you need some help in this area. Now, don't keep quiet by suppressing it, because if you can't do something and you need help, right? Just like how you saw in the start, I needed madam's help in the presentation because something was happening wrong. So I asked for help. And then again, she's delegated to be with me today as the host. So see how wonderful this institute is working, where they've delegated it to her. I asked for help. So it was a real demo of how things work. This will help ensure you're not stuck at work long after the office timings. Here are some tips for delegating tasks. First, find the best person for the task. Work with them to make sure they are not overloaded themselves and that they are willing to take on this area. Give clear instructions and deadlines. Make yourself available for questions, because again, remember, they are helping you. So if they need to ask you something, you should at least be available, not that you're lost somewhere else. How to handle anyone who does not respect your boundaries. This will happen if you have not done it from day one when you start your business or your job. So you might struggle a bit, and it goes on. And as you get familiar with people, and especially if you have besties in the workplace, it'll be a challenge. In a perfect world, everyone would respect your boundaries right away, but you can expect an adjustment period, especially if you just started. And remember that at work, other people have their own boundaries too. While you should generally expect that your emotional and physical boundaries are respected, mental boundaries are part of the workplace negotiation. When someone crosses your line in the sand, it's important to be polite but assertive. Here are some examples of what you could say. I would love to help, but I'm busy with deep work until, say, 11 a.m. I'm happy to discuss it afterwards. Even better, if you're busy with deep work, turn off notifications until you are available. Remember, no response can be an effective way to communicate a boundary. But then you have to be very careful, because if you read now, when we are saying remember no response, now if you've kept the notifications off and you've not seen it, that's okay. As you know, it is a little bit difficult, especially on WhatsApp. You read it, you don't answer, you might professionally put off those things where the blue tick comes. People do it, but then it depends. And if once you put that setting on WhatsApp, then everybody, even your family, doesn't know you have read the message or not, till they go and click on that little bit like a small eye to check read at so and so time. So you have to think wisely before using any of these settings on social media that you have read or what you're doing. The same thing happens even on Facebook. You might be answering an official mess on Messenger like I do, and some people see, oh, she's online to chat and she's not answering me. So these are a little bit also tech issues that you face. You need to think and act very wise what works with you. Next example is to say, I am out of the office on vacation. In case of emergencies, please connect with, and make sure you give who they can connect with, give the name and the contact of that person. Otherwise, you could say, I'll review your request upon return. Thank you for thinking of me for this project. Unfortunately, I just don't have the capacity to take it on right now. I'm happy to help in the future, but I'll need more notice to fit into my schedule. These are few examples that I'm giving you, that how you can politely put it across that you are busy. So, on a team, your work style and communication preferences may be in conflict with others or with the needs of the organization, and compromise will be expected, but then use your wisdom and take time to react before, don't just jump to conclusion and things. Be careful of a toxic environment. If people repeatedly disrespect your boundaries and you receive aggressive pushback, you might be working with a toxic environment. Benefits of respecting boundaries. It's important that you know. Give me a second. Sorry, I've skipped one. That is signs to watch out for: trust, backbiting, tail tattling. As in many places, you'll see that people like to, because they want to get a promotion or an increase, they go and tail tattle, they'll gossip. Then lack of communication, unmotivated team members, toxic leadership, no work-life balance, no career advancement. So all these are the signs you need to be careful in these things of not having proper boundaries. Respect boundaries. There are benefits of that. And what are the benefits? Team members feel more respected and comfortable. A parent will feel comfortable talking about their kids. An amateur musician will share details about their next show. And a baking fanatic will bring fresh snacks for everyone. If everyone is comfortable being themselves, they all benefit from a vibrant workplace. Healthier work life balance. Workers have a healthier work life balance. Clear boundaries help people balance work and home life, leading to a healthier lifestyle. Productivity. Teams and individuals can be more productive. People who set boundaries are good at setting parameters for a conversation and focusing on people's attention. Setting clear goals for a meeting will inform people of your desired outcome and discuss their attention on what needs to be discussed. Healthier work life balance. Workers have a healthier work life balance. Clear boundaries help people work at home, even in a proper environment with all the healthy boundaries. They'll have more time for their hobbies, hit the gym, uh, during the work day, even on weekdays. We cannot only go on weekends. It won't benefit if you go to the gym only on weekends. So to manage during the weekdays, on your working days, you need to have set proper healthy boundaries. Also, for a doctor's appointment, to give your children time with their studies or anything, or even out to the park. So strong family relationships. This is not needed. This is, it will always create strong, healthy relationships. I'm sure this. Okay, yes. Here we go. Yeah. So thank you so much, my friends, for listening in. This is my website that you can scan the QR code and connect with me. There is also two wonderful free calendars on my website that would help you to get organized for 2023, especially when you're creating boundaries. You need to, set times for your meetings, your work, your gym, your everything. So it's good to have a planner that you can fill, so you can download and use these things to get organized. We are only in the start of the second month of 2023. I'm on LinkedIn by Daphne Suarez, but that's my email, Daphne Suarez at carouselmoms.com. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, so you can connect if you like. So that's where we are. And what's more? Does this move ahead? Okay. So, yes, that is where we conclude. And I hand it over to our host. Thank you, my friends, for listening in. I hope you were able to learn a lot from this.
And thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now it's time for
Very
our
welcome.
question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we'll be back in our question answer part. Okay, ma'am?
Sure.
Uh, Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. And after question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. After short video, we'll be back in our question answer session. So everyone, please stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. Let's welcome back our speaker. Hello, ma'am. Once again,
Yes.
welcome. Uh, Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Uh, Ma'am, our first question is from Flomi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Daphne. What causes unhealthy boundaries? How do we identify unhealthy boundaries? Thank you.
A very good question. And part of this I've already highlighted that what causes unhealthy boundaries is because you have never maybe shared what are your boundaries. As I said, don't expect people to know. Like right now, ma'am and myself are there. If she doesn't share her boundaries, I don't share my boundaries. Obviously, I will do things the way my mindset is, my culture is. She will do things as per her culture and her mindset is. So if we are not aligned from the same culture, definitely one thing, we are not born in the same home. So the map is not the territory. She comes with a different mindset. I come with a different mindset. So to create healthy boundaries, we need to let each other know that yes, I cannot call her at midnight just because I'm going to present today, because she has, if there's an emergency should not be taken in the regular routine, because those should be rare cases. So if you've not voiced it, and also, as I said, if you suppress your feelings, saying that, oh, this person should understand, I've got a family, I've got to go home and stuff like this, but you've never voiced it. So what happens internally, you are bubbling up, and you might want to either, you might come with an emotion of wanting to either throttle that person, or want to slap that person, or say something that just stop it. Come to a time when we just cannot take it, even from a friend or somebody. But why is this happening? Because you never voiced it. And the danger of this is that you will end up in mental stress. It will affect your mind, and your emotions will be triggered. So for no reason, right now, if say ma'am is on my screen, that's, I'll always be referring to her. So if right now ma'am is nicely come and she's like, hi ma'am, how are you? Now, I'm not told somebody else who's irritating me and I've been suppressing it. I'll say, what's your problem? Why? And like, what happened? We just connected on the StreamYard. Why are you asking me what's my problem? What's exactly happened? It'll go above her. So, and what's happened? Because I've not taken care of my emotions and not set proper boundaries. So, healthy boundaries, I request you, this is on YouTube. Go and hear this whole presentation again, because I have covered all these areas very clearly. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the answer. Then next question from Hazel. Do you believe that personal boundaries shift over time? If so, how so?
Definitely. It does shift, because we are not in the same thing. We are in the growth phase, right? We are always growing. There's a time when you're a toddler, when you're a child in school, you join your university, you join your workplace, you either start your own business, then you get married, you become old. So there are all different kinds of boundaries. The speed right now, you will be doing work, 20 years later you will not have the same capacity. Or maybe, I'm not sure what is your personal life. So maybe you get married in the next 20 years, you have children, you have to run after them, so everything will keep changing. So yes, it will definitely be changing.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Dear participant, we are still waiting for your question. Please ask your question. If you have any question, you can ask in our comment box. Our speaker will answer those questions. Participate are request to ask their question in the comment box. We are waiting for your question. Ma'am, I think there is no more question. We covered all of our question.
Lovely. And I do think, if see that some have had tech issues themselves and they have dropped out. So maybe what you call it is, I do not know your policies, if you allow people to comment later on. And yes, if you do turn to me, then definitely I will be happy to also answer if any of your audience is stuck.
Okay, okay. We will see it.
Yeah, because they'll be hearing it. I'm sure it is still on YouTube, right? After today, so they can watch it still. And
Yes, yes.
majority, I have answered everything. So those who are missing on things, make sure that you again sit and you watch through it, whether because of tech issues you dropped out or anything. So please make the best use of this training.
So, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with the new topics. It does add some value to our day-to-day activity. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you,
Definitely.
ma'am.
Thank you so
And
much.
take care. Take
You
care,
too,
ma'am.
my dear.
Dear participant, now it's time for our certification process. After short video, we'll be back in our certification process. So please stay with us. Dear participants, it's time for our certification process. Today, our program name is Setting Healthy Boundaries in the Workplace, and code is IGP 8468. And the code is IGP 8468. Without code, no one is eligible for certificate. With code, you can claim your certificates anytime. How to claim your certificate? First, you have to go www.eduigp.com, then click sign in. Then you have to log in if you already have an account, or create a new account if you are new. Then you once logged in, click free webinars and select the webinar title. And today our webinar title is Setting Healthy Boundaries in the Workplace. And get enrolled if you have not enrolled yet. Type the code, your certificate code box, and our today code is IGP 8468. IGP 8468. And click get your certificate. It is auto downloadable in PDF file already. Just check it in your file manager or download folder. Don't forget to leave a review in our Facebook page, website, and in Google. Dear participant, now it's time for our quiz session. After short video, we'll be back in our quiz session. In the meantime, you can join in our quiz session. To join our quiz session, first you have to go www.slido.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is even. And don't forget to mention your friends to join our quiz session. After short video, we'll be back. Welcome back in our quiz session. If you want to join our quiz session, please follow my instruction properly. Go to www.slido.com and find today's quiz or scan this QR code for direct joining. And quiz code is even. And quiz code is even. Please join the slide with code and code is even. EVEN even. We will pick your name from Slido, so join with your full name, which will directly print on certificates. Top 10 will be awarded with quiz comprehension certificates. And don't forget to mention your friends to join our quiz session. Already 38 people joined with us. We're still waiting for your joining, so please everyone join. To join our quiz session, first you have to go www.slido.com, then you have to enter the code, and the code is even, and the code is even. After 2 minutes later, we start. So please everyone join our quiz session. First you have to go www.slido.com, then you have to enter the code, and the code is even. The code is even. Already 44 people join with us now in the start our quiz session, quiz competition. Our first question is tradition establish what is and is not acceptable in a given sitting. Option 1 true and second option is false. The correct answer is false and 28% people are right. In the leaderboard, the top one is Joel A. Barnesser. Move to the next question. And the question is boundaries establish what is and is not acceptable in a given setting. Option 1 true and second option is false. And the correct answer is true and 56% people are right. Still our top one is Joel A. Barnesser. Now go for next question. This slide introduces the concept of setting boundaries on social media. Is it true or false? This slide introduces the concept of setting boundaries on social media. Is it true or false? And the correct answer is true, and 80% people are right. Now we go for our next question. And our fourth one question is what is a good description of the clothing you should wear in the workplace? Option one broken in and comfortable. Second option is clean and fresh. I repeat, what is a good description of the clothing you should wear in the workplace? Option 1 broken in and comfortable, and second option is clean and fresh. And You can see the correct answer is option 2, and 95% people are right. Move to the next question. What decision making method is most appropriate in an emergency room setting? Option 1, decision by authority. Second option is decision by self. And the correct answer is decision by authority, and 68% people are right. Now you can see in the leaderboard, the top one is Jueles I. Ibuzo. In second position, we have Marcela. Move to the next question, and the sixth number question is what are the boundaries? Option 1, limits his right on sharing personal information. Second option is gripping your place across clients to protect them from spillage. The correct answer is option 1, and 88% people are right. Now we go for our next question. And the question is a safety professional employed by a company for the purpose of reducing unintentional injuries in the workplace is a option 1, industrial hygienist. Second option, safety engineer. The correct answer is option 2, safety engineer, and 90% people are right. Now, next, what should you check your salon's policy before picking a fragrance you intend to wear in the workplace? Option 1, to make sure your salon manager is not allergic to the fragrance. Second option, many salons have no fragrance policy. And the correct answer is option 2, and 24% people are right. On to the next question. And the question is professional communication process of sending and receiving messages in a formal environment uh, such as a workplace. Option 1, true. Second option is false. And the correct answer is true. 91% people are right. And the top one is Michelle Tarashina, then we have Leah, then we have Marvelous. Last and final question is action that society takes collectively to ensure that the condition in which people can be healthy can occur is option 1, public health. Second option is global health. And the correct answer is public health, and 84% people are right. The top one is Michelle Tarashina. Congratulations again. Then in second position we have Mia. In third position we have Marvelous Montoya Onasa. In fourth position we have Jordan Joy. In fifth position we have Rosal Jan Musurni. Congratulations, our top 10 quiz competition winner. We have all of your name which you entered during joining. Will you pick your name and preferred certificate and will post them on our Facebook official page. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. Slide will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our Facebook official page and group. And our page and group name is Institute of Global Professional. Page and group name is Institute of Global Professionals. At the end moment of our session, we can say properly feed your skills. Never stop learning cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not the people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button again, wants to thank to all IGP knowledge seeker for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Till then, stay happy. Please, thank you everyone.